In CS, many players come and go. Some make it to the top and stay there their whole careers. While others are forced to stay in the doldrums of Tier 3, throwing matches for the rest of their lives. There's a third category though. Players that did make it to the top, but like Icarus, fell all the way down. Today, we're going to be going over the top 5 biggest fall-offs in Counter-Strike history. The first man on the list is not your friend.
From Hungary, you are not my friends, you're my brothers, my friend.
Pasha Biceps was a legendary member of the Golden Five in Source and Virtus Plow and Go. Known for his big moments and even bigger biceps, Pasha was able to help lead his team, the Virtus Plow, to multiple trophy wins and top 3 finishes, most importantly of which at EMS 1 Katowice.
Sit through the middle. Leave Pasha to push in. Leading this on his grenade. Dispatches of Fifth Laren. Lead through, but it's Freiburg from behind. Freiburg has to deliver. He's caught people reloading. He's got a golden opportunity here, but he's going to get dropped. And VP get their second frag. Pasha pushes in to help himself to number 3. And VP may be able to close this one out without losing a single man. It's Gerrit that's the last man standing.
Throughout the event, Pasha was unstoppable, dropping a 1.39 rating, which was a record for the best major winning performance ever at the time. His pure fragging ability was on full display when he dropped a 1.59 rating in the closing map of Katowice.
Just lined up and ready to go. And that's what they can do. Fifth Laren walked right between the crosshairs, and now it's Pasha to finish off the round. That's a hat-trick. Virtus Pro on fire right now.
And Pasha showing once again why he is one of the best players in the world, what he has been playing for more than 10 years now.
Bound to see action any second now as Freiburg will come through. They ping out a flash. Pasha's flashed as well. That will allow Freiburg to round the corner, but it won't allow him to get any further. Pasha unleashes hell as NIP come back with 2 of their own. Exist claims 2 before Pasha gets his hat-trick. He gets the 4th. This is sensational play from Pasha. He's picked off by Get Right in the end. He gets the 1st. He doesn't get the 2nd. Virtus Pro have won. Taz has delivered in front of the home crowd. And MBK, your thoughts on that win?
There was even a point during the year where the community thought he might be the best player in the world. Doing all this landed him as the 3rd best player in the world in 2014. Little did he know, however, this would be the beginning of the end. Despite Virtus Pro winning 10 LANs and coming top 4 at 6 different majors, including a 2nd place in Atlanta, Pasha wasn't able to keep up his elite play and never exceeded a rating over a 1.05 for a whole year. Eventually, the tension in VP was just too much, and in 2018, the roster broke up. This ended an over 4-year-long success story for the group. Pasha would only play 25 maps in 2019 and stepped away from professional play soon after. So why did Pasha fall off? Who knows? But the community is speculating that it's because he was just past his prime and he had a shift in focus towards other things, making his eventual MMA debut in 2021.
I would like to thank you very much for my big esports fans, every player, organizers, casters, and every esports fan. Thank you, it's not enough. I would like to say, you are not my friends, you are my brothers, my friends.
The next entry on the list is a pair of Brazilians who put the region on the map. First off is Fur, who plays as the number 3 player in 2017 with a 1.23 rating and a 1.16 against top 5 teams.
It's a one-on-one, Guardian versus Taco. It may just be destined to be. And it's Luminosity winning their first major championship. Through the smoke, but it's just not going to happen. SK Gaming, 2nd major championship in a row. They are your winners. Who's here?
There is no weakness in their lineup, and now we now crown the Brazilian side, SK, as the kings of Counter-Strike, the best Counter-Strike team in the world. The SK era is officially here. Gentlemen, the Brazilians, now dominate the Counter-Strike scene. Duncan.
1 year after their back-to-back major wins, it was another successful year for the Brazilians. They were able to pick up 8 trophies, including Cologne, Sydney, and Pro League, as well as top 4 at a major. During this year, SK Gaming had legendary matchups versus FaZe, and Fur was an integral part of that success, with his ultra-aggressive rifling.
Выход от Фера, потушили молотов, Фер сбривает просто Нику, 5-4 ситуация, можно пройти по тупикам, тут Олафмейстер встречает уже смог, уже атака лежит, и, соответственно, все закрыто, Олафмейстер пытается находить тут свои минусы, но пока что тщетно, Фер просто забирает уже Олафмейстера, Фер дальше идет против Керригна, как же он...
SK le fait parfaitement bien. Ils n'ont pas concédé de runes sur ce side et ne vont peut-être pas en concéder un seul. La fin du match est peut-être proche parce que Fer est là, le défenseur fixe qui fait un 4e kill. Fer il veut passer à la prochaine carte, Manu.
His aggression was the key to his success, as throughout 2017 he put up a 1.14 or higher rating at 16 out of the 19 events he attended. However, in 2018, as teams began to figure him out, he became less consistent and had 5 events where he put up lower than a 1.0 rating. This lack of consistency showed up in his stat sheet, as against top 5 teams, his rating dropped from a 1.16 to a 0.96. Fur would continue to be good, but not great until 2020, where he dropped a 1.04 on LAN before being forced to play online. He would soon after leave the legendary Brazilian core and would bounce around a couple teams before a last dance in Rio. In his last stand, he'd top frag in front of the Brazilian fans before elimination from the major. He would go out with somewhat of a bang compared to the next player on this list. In all of Counter-Strike history, there's only been 4 players to go back-to-back as #1 players in the world. 2 are still playing at the top of their game, 1 is in the Hall of Fame, and the last one is stuck in T2 Brazil, trying to bring up new talent. coldzera was teammates with Fur, and together they lifted 2 majors and brought home countless trophies. In 2016, his first year as #1, he was the highest rated player at majors with a 1.29 and powered his teams to back-to-back major wins. He would also pick up both tournament MVPs and plenty of iconic moments.
Before the same spot but with much more utility to work with. Here he comes once again. The first phase is a Dren. He's going to hit the ground there as Cold. Oh, what? A jumping double from Cold! What is going on right now? How does he do this? Cold has saved Luminosity with the your play. Unthinkable scenes there on the B apartments.
That Molotov that landed on FNX was beautiful. So now Cold hiding at the edge, and he has got a kit. I don't think Nip are going to let this one go, but we've seen crazier things before. Cold not waiting for the time to run out, going to go and pick up the kill on 1. Threat going to go down as well. coldzera now in a 1-on-1 against Exist. He's got the time for it. Running behind the crate here. Exist has to run straight away. There's a lot of time to run, and Exist, he's trying to position himself closer. There's going to be the straight defuse. Exist waiting on the side. Cold, he's going to get a shot. He actually gets it. He'll have enough time. What a clutch coming out. And coldzera equalizing the scoreline for 2-2. That's a 1-on-3 against Nip surviving on
by Shara. There is no kit onto this CT. coldzera can waste some time here. He's got to take 9 as well. Shara coming in for the high ground, trying to cover the angle for his teammate. Is the defuse coming in here from Blade? It is. There are 3 seconds left. Cold, can he do it? Just in time. There was 1 second on the clock there, but he will not let him have anything. In the words of Vince McMahon, life sucks, and then you die.
All of a sudden, coldzera out of nowhere, an ace. That should be an impossible task, especially behind that statue area. It's good for maybe 1 or 2 kills, but you can see how he's utilizing that smoke. What great positioning there. Just nailing every single shot as well. That sends out a message to VP. That bomb site is also shut down for them, and that saves SK some money.
Along with the major wins, they would snag 2 more trophies and 10 top 4 finishes. The next year, he would have even more success, with 8 Tier 1 trophies and 5 MVPs. Despite all the trophies, they weren't able to capture any major wins, but coldzera would still show why he was the best in the world. He posted the highest rating in the playoffs of major lands at 1.22 and the most 1vx's won. While Fur helped create the space, coldzera was the one that was able to close the rounds routinely. However, after some roster changes, coldzera would go on to only lift 2 more trophies and after 2019 never ranked again. He would have a stint in FaZe and Complexity, but saw no real success. In his last year of T1, he would post a 1.06 and did not look like the same player the fans knew before. Eventually, he came to Brazil and would bounce around rosters before ending up on Red Canids, the 98th best team in the world according to VRS. As Fur and Cold fell off, Brazil began to slow down on the international stage, but it's still a hotbed of talent to this day. The second to last player on the list burned bright like a star before fading from the spotlight for good. In his 1 year at the top, he would make the finals of a major as an underdog and Astralis his win streak on Nuke, and was the key piece in multiple deep runs for ENCE. I'm talking about Sergey, who would rank as the 13th best player in 2019 as a 17-year-old. ENCE would shock the world at the 2019 Katowice major, beating Liquid and Na'Vi on the way to the finals. Despite losing to Astralis in the grand finals, ENCE would prove that their second place finish was not a fluke.
And credit to ENCE, who did the unthinkable to take down world number 2. World number 3, comebacks in all fashions, but you can't mess with greatness. You can't mess with history. And these guys are writing it in every event. Intel Extreme Masters, Champions, Majors, back-to-back, Astralis again!
Sergey would have 8 events in a row, putting up a 1.09 plus, and was able to pick up Blast Madrid and 4 top 4 placements. At his next major, he would show out with a 1.24 rating.
Of course, on high alert, as you will hear the running. There's the first challenge. Beautiful from Sergey. Absolutely fantastic. And he gets another one out of it. That should have been guaranteed for Keykurt. But no, Sergey too strong, and that's crippled this round for Evangar.
Now Sergey is alone. The bomb's still to be collected. There's so much time on the clock, though. I wonder what the plan was for ENCE. They didn't focus on the bomb plant. They focused on control. But that time allows the CTs to get closer. But again, so much time on the clock. 3 different places he could attack from, Sergey. But he's collected the bomb and he'll commit to it.
It's the first one. Oh my goodness, he can actually reload now because they know where he is. But he's choosing, there it is, he chooses to go for the reload. Sanji tapping the bomb. Sergey, is he a believer? Well, he may have done enough here. There's no kit, I don't think. Indeed, that's enough. And wow, I can't believe he managed to pull that one off.
Well, who's putting those numbers in?
This performance would soon decline though with the removal of his IGL Alexi B. Despite this, ENCE was still a perennial playoff team. That being said, when the roster drastically changed in 2020, Sergey began to struggle. He would go on to be benched and later played for a free agent team for a couple of months before essentially retiring. It is believed that he became a truck driver and quit playing CS entirely. Although he quit, his brother Jimpat has carried on the family name and is widely considered one of the best anchors in the world. When you think of CS players, you think of basement-dwelling goblins. But one man stands above this stereotype. The shining light of the community, Doja the X-God. In the early days of CSGO, Doja was able to transition smoothly and establish himself as one of the best players in the world. Playing for Virtus Pro and then the Astana Dragons, he was able to drop a 1.1 rating, win 2 LANs, make the playoffs on the inaugural major, and help to end NIP's 87-0 win streak with 23 kills. Doing all this helped him land the number 4 spot on HLTV's top 20. Being the most clutch player of the year and one of the most consistent was key to him being heralded as one of the best in the world. However, after this year, Doja would never have a yearly rating higher than a 1.03 and struggled to reach the heights that he had seen before. That being said, for one more major, he was able to reach his old peaks and help the scrappy underdogs Gambit lift one of the most unexpected trophies ever. Doja showed us that you don't have to be a star to shine bright.
Up for Doja, good position this time, goes back out! There's 3 letters in sex and he's the god of all 3 kills, bolts! He's gonna wrap back around and do what he can, tags go through, it's Doja down to 19. The money though there is though for Gambit, so they couldn't try and take down any weapon. All of them are beneficial at this point in time.
Immortals now feeling like they know what to do to challenge this banana position. To Gambit to send even more firepower there, bring more HP.
This is so smart. Oh, this is huge. Doja's throwing a nade into the corner just as the bomb's gonna go off. They're both gonna go down. Get brained on. Doja with the dunk. That's so smart.
I've never seen that before.
So he'll take every inch he can get to make this an instant kill on the shotgun. Crossfire set. He's found. Steel trades it. Steel goes for more. It's done.